down with the best. It's 94 feet, nothing more, nothing less. Started from the bottom, now I made it past the steps. But you gotta have a vision like, what's your triple threat? 94 feet with Coach JT. 94 feet with Coach JT. 94 feet with Coach JT. 94 feet.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to the episode of 94 Feet with Coach JT. As always, do a favor. Leave a like in the comment section. Subscribe to the pod. Man, please visit the website. Got some merch up there. Got some gear. If you need something custom made, tap in with me. I can get that done as well. If you would like to donate to the pod, Cash App, Venmo, look in the bottom of the screen right down there. Donations go back to putting like streaming platforms together, getting new equipment, getting cameras, microphones, just upgrading and stay on these platforms again. So, man, look right there at the little thing up below, right there. Hit me on the Cash App or Venmo. I greatly appreciate it. All right, I'm going to get into my intro today, man. I know it's been a minute, so I dropped a new episode, fresh one for you. So this gentleman right now is a former Grant Pacer. He's currently in the G League right now on his journey, doing his thing, trying to find his way, trying to get to the bag, as they say. A dope young man. Watched him play for a long time here in Sacramento. Follow his journey from a distance right now, watching. So none other than Steven Richardson. What's up, man? How you doing?
Everything good.
Good, man. Okay, I got to ask you though, Richardson, man, where your family from?
My mom from East Oakland. My dad, he's from North Sacramento.
Okay, my mom's maiden last name is Richardson, so I'm like, wait a minute, I might have a cousin. Okay. I gotta ask. He's from Mississippi though, too, man. So I gotta ask. But appreciate you, man, for taking time out your day, man, to get on the show, man. Really been watching you for years anyway, but now I see you in that big grind, man, that G League, trying to find your way, man. So shouts to you for sticking with it, man, and just stay in the path right now, bro.
Appreciate it.
All right, man. So I know you went to the G. We'll get to that. But man, I gotta tap in, man. I always like to give because I know a lot of the support there for the Pacers is just different, bro. Every time I drop a episode with anybody from the North, Grant, anything like that, people rock with you. Cam Oliver a few years ago, a couple other people, man. So they really tapped in. For those that may not know, but also for the new ones that just know you and kind of your first time hearing your story, maybe in a local setting here in Sacramento from the pod. Let's get back to the roots of it though, man. Like talk about just where you was raised at, where you was born at, man. What was that like growing up and stuff like that?
Pretty much just family oriented. North Sacramento. Grew up with all girls. So I grew up with 5 sisters, a mom. They pretty much paved the way, raised me, and then just put a ball in my hand.
That's what's up, man. I can attest to that. I'm the only boy on my side too. I don't have 5 sisters though. I got 2, but my mom, they all like extra moms, bro. So I'm not. Are you the youngest out of all of them or no?
No, I got 4 older and then 1 younger.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, I'm the youngest too, so I was like having 3 moms, bro. I'm the baby boy, but you're the only boy, so I know they take care of you real swell, bro. That protection is crazy.
Yeah,
definitely dope. Cool. So I mean, growing up in North Sac, man, like I'm a Sacramento native through and through. But just in general, the ball has it always been basketball. I mean, nowadays, a lot of kids just do one thing. What about you, man? Was it more any of the sports you tapped into besides hoop, or was it?
It was really only basketball. I mean, I had a couple cousins. I had some cousins that really tried to introduce me to baseball, and I gave that a try. It was just outside sport. It just wasn't for me. And then I tried football my senior year, and I was just joking around. And I just knew it wasn't going to be like a serious thing for me, so I just stuck with basketball.
That's what's up, man. So early in that young career, them giving you the ball, man, who were some people that you have looked up to in your game after kind of like, no, this is who I'm watching, or I go pay to see, or I want to bug my parents or somebody else to give me a game ticket to go see, if you could?
Growing up, I had stepdad. He loved Kobe to the max. So when I was younger, I had two stepbrothers, and then we was like adventurous. So we would just go out our way. We used to live kind of like in the Thomas, and we would just walk. Every time Kobe played at the arena, we would walk to the arena. And we'd just stay right there by the bus and try to see him, or like try to just get inside the game. And then one time we actually got into the game, and it was kind of cool to actually like sit we was almost like really courtside about it. And then we was able to actually watch Kobe in person. But for sure, it was Kobe. And then my favorite player growing up was Paul George. So I loved watching Paul George and like the pace of it, like the way he just played.
That's what's up. Yeah, not a bad. I mean, I can see some of the game resilience, the size right now with you on the court wise. What was it about Cole though that kind of had like what was it about him? Everybody, some people say, man, he crazy. He different, as we know, right? But what made you just like, nah, this dude is just it's me.
For me, it was just his mentality. Like, obviously, he got the Mamba mentality, but for me, actually watching it and like seeing people like address it and like other NBA players like really saying, nah, like he loved the gym, loved playing basketball. Like that's what motivated me to actually like stick with it and make sure I could just like make something out of this.
That's what's up. You said I gave you a ball, man. What was it like growing up outside of going to see the games though? What was you again? I believe you're still in that era where you probably played outside a little bit more. You know, some of these
Oh
kids now.
yeah, for sure.
What was that like for you, man? Was it going to parks by myself or finding my step brothers there with me rocking? What was that like? Or you just found wherever you could find run that you was getting it in?
For the most part, it was growing up. It was my stepbrothers because one was older. He played with Cam Oliver, and then I had another one that's a year older than me, and he was just like kind of there with us. So for sure, it was just them two, me, and then we like found people in the neighborhood. But I was not an iPad kid.
Yeah, nah, that's what's up, man. Definitely that outside ball, finding games makes you a better player. At an early age, what are some things you felt, man, you did well though on the court? Why some of you felt you like, okay, I can do this, or I'm pretty good at this point in my game.
At a young age, I would say I was a significant, great big man.
They had you. Oh, had you playing the post, huh?
I was in the post growing up. I was too tall, so most of the teams I was like one of the tallest people on. So I just had to really grow up playing a post player. Uh, yeah, that was about it. I feel like that's what helped me expand my game to today. Like I can go in the post, I can go in the perimeter, and it kind of like just depend on who guarded me.
At what point did you start to shift? Okay, nah, I need to handle this ball. I need to put this ball in the bucket. When did that shift happen?
Seventh grade, I went to Norwood. I went to Norwood Junior High, and when I went to seventh grade, we had a couple good guards though. I'm not gonna say nothing like bad about them. We had a couple good guards, but the coach had like the utmost confidence in me. He was just like, "Nah, I want you to bring up the ball." Like teams are trying to press us, and like kids, some kids really ain't used to that. Like that's all they knew was just like coming up the court thinking it's gonna be like street ball type. But they had teams pressing us and stuff, and I was the only one kind of like that had the composure to actually like just bring up the ball.
That's what's up.
But for sure, for sure, seventh grade though.
That's what's up. So, and what was the thing that you felt like, okay, I need to get better at, even in middle school, right? Even though I know you have some good teammates, or you probably one of the better athletes or players on your team. What are some things you feel like, nah, I gotta get better at this if I want to do this?
For me in middle school, it was everything. I still need to get better at everything. I was just a skinny little kid. I had a little potential, but that was about it. I still need to get better on offense, defense, off the ball, on the ball.
That's what's up. Well, in saying that, right, my next question perfectly. How much time, you guys, know right now, the youth, the teens, or whatever, even players, all players now, they have access to so much training or resources. But back then for you, what was that like? Was it getting my work in by myself or find somebody else to help me out? How did you get better, and how much time did you put in at that craft?
For the most part, I had a trainer. You should know him. Go by the name of AD.
Oh yeah. That's the boy.
AD and Trev.
Yep.
So I would just most of the time after school or like little AAU practices or something, I would just train with them for as long as we could in the gym.
That's what's me and Trev AD, especially Trev, go way back. Trev was a little fella, man. Yeah, man. I went to middle school with his fam. He was a little boy then, but he was in the gym running around crazy, boy. Hell of a ball player too, man. AD, that's my homie though, man. We got Mississippi ties too, man. So the world is small, but good people, bro. Good people. So how does a middle school career for you overall, man? Any accomplishments, 7th, 8th grade? Y'all win a league. I know in the North, the games had to be cracking out there, man. So what was a middle school like?
Middle school was cool. For me, it was cool because I was coming from a little, not like a private school, but it was just like a little different. It felt like a private school. I was going to a school called Highland Academy. It was right off of like Arden. Yeah. So coming from there to Norwood, it was a big experience, big like culture change for me. So I was just like, dang, like these kids got more athletic, more talented. So I'm just like coming into that, it was a little bit different. And then the competition wise, it was way better. Because when I was playing at Highland Academy, it was just a couple kids. You'll see a couple kids every blue moon. That was actually good. Everybody else is just there to be there. But Norwood, we had a good little league. We played against MOK.
Yeah.
Thomas Middle, Smythe,
Yeah.
Rio Tierra, Foothill, Orchard. We was playing against everybody.
Anybody out there you remember like, okay, I had a good game, I was a battle, or he could go. Anybody like, you know, some names, some locals you like, okay, we competed against him, or our game was lit.
For sure against Thomas Middle. My 7th grade year, we played against some boys. We played against like Isaiah Rutherford, Isaiah Crocker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we played against them. They had athletes. I'm talking about dunking in 7th grade. I never seen it. They
Yeah.
dunking in 7th grade. Then my 8th grade year, it was still in the Thomas Middle. They had my former teammate at Grant, AJ McGee.
Yep.
Then they had Isaiah Rutherford, little brother Brandon Rutherford, and then they had Isaiah Ward. They still had a squad.
Oh, that's what's up, man. What if overall, as you get ready to transition, first off, and these days, you know, man, these high school kids or middle school kids, they get recruited to high schools in elementary school through A. At what point do you start trying to figure out what high school you would attend, or was it already something that somebody already paved the way, like, no, this where you're going, or you had options? What was that like?
No, for sure. I had high schools. I had high schools interested in me for sure going out my 8th grade year, but it was kind of already like set in stone that I was gonna be a pacer. It was kind of already set in stone. My whole dad's side, they all graduated from Grant, so I just wasn't
Okay.
gonna mess up the tradition.
It's different over there, boy. They ride or die that thing.
Yeah,
Going on. All right, so you make that transition to high school, man. What is, say, the one thing you felt like after having good middle school career, whatever, doing that, but knowing it's levels to it going up? What are some things you feel you had to work on, though, man, to improve on at that point from middle school to high school to be effective? And did you play varsity your first year or in high school, or what?
Yeah, I played varsity all 4 years, and then going into high school, for sure had to work on I would say my shooting and my ball handling. My defense was kind of cool. I still could have worked on that day in and day out, but I feel like the offensive side was really like a step I needed to take.
That's what's up. What was that experience like? Because again, it's rarity. I don't care what any of the kids say now. If you're going from 8th grade to varsity, it's a major difference. Yeah, you can still be that dude, I think, but it's a big jump. What was that first time like aha moment? Like, oh, this is different, or man, these boys, you know, because I mean, and the league back then was tough. You're in a tough league, tough conference.
Yeah.
Never like y'all playing cream of the crops around the area. So like, what was that like coming in as a 9th grader trying to get minutes?
As a 9th grader, it was okay. It was kind of tough. I did get playing time here and there, but it was for sure a eye-opening experience for sure. Because when they say you are everybody's Super Bowl, you are everybody's Super Bowl. So you have to be ready to play every game. It don't matter if it's a scrimmage, a summer league game, or anything. You was everybody's Super Bowl. And then for the most part, like the wake up experience would be just playing against my teammates. They was already experienced. They most of them was sophomores, juniors, and seniors already, so they already had like the experience behind them. So playing them every day, they for sure just woke me up and like just told me like I could do it if I just put the work in.
That's what's up. Yeah, man, definitely. I always been on the bulletin board. I'm dating myself now. This year will be like 25, so I graduated though. But a lot of homies I went to Grant. We never got to play them on our league back then. The old Metro, we didn't play Grant, but we was always like 1 and 2 in the city. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I don't even know if we got down to the summer league game, but we used to talk so much trash to Paris Warren, Jamil Pugh, like them. But they're my dogs though.
Yeah.
But we used to, man, we gonna whoop, man. But it was just a competition. Mad respect for them boys, but it's like we never got to play them though for the one that really counted though. But I definitely know what you mean, man.
Yeah.
Through your high school, like get into high school, man, get on the court. At what point though, bro, did you like? I know freshman year you're getting your feet wet, whatever. Sophomore year, was it straight like minutes go up, or was like, okay, you still had to earn them? What was that like? When did you really start getting some more major tick and feel like you were contributing to winning as well at that program?
Sophomore year, I would say sophomore year, I got straight into the starting lineup. We had a few people return though. We still had a few people return, but we did lose a couple good seniors. But other than that, yeah, my sophomore year, that's when they start rolling. It just like got into the starting lineup, and then after that, the rest was history.
Who else did you play with, man?
I played with Trey Smoots.
Okay.
Played with Brandon Jackson, AJ McGee, DJ Jones, DeJuan Pruitt, Corey Yerger.
Oh, Corey, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. Okay. A lot of talent. Y'all always know athletic, a lot of talent. aggressive play, zone to the wheels fall off. I got this boy play hell of a zone trap all game, man. High school atmosphere though, bro. What was that like? Because again, like you said, right, being on everybody's bulletin board, and I can attest to a certain games too. It's different when the lights come on, especially when leagues start or you start playing the crosstown rivalries. What was that like for you, man? Was it like a jump right in? I'm comfortable, or like, nah, the first time, sometimes that lights come on and people start yelling. I know we go on the road, go to Grant. I know the OG's gonna sit in the front row. I'm like, oh, they here every night, but it's different in certain places, man. What was that feeling like for you internally, though, man? How to process that, but still be productive, right? Because your team needed you.
Yeah. For sure, going into it, like my freshman, sophomore year, I was getting used to it because we had a lot of rivalry games that I wasn't used to playing. Everybody has a rivalry game. So for sure, like, just going against like the Monterey Trails, the Burbanks, the Sac Highs, the Intercom, even the Thomas, like back then when my freshman year, then when we played that Thomas team. But no, they were all Super Bowl games. They got the OGs in the front. They got the all types of alumni. Like those are for sure crazy. But for sure getting into it, my freshman and sophomore year, nervous. Junior year, I just settled in, and we had everybody on our schedule, so it was like, yeah, we just playing against the same people for the most part.
That's what's up. Are you a pregame ritual person? What you vibing to pregame? What you do pregame, like some saying to get ready to lock in?
I just put my phone on shuffle for the most part. In high school, I just put my phone on shuffle. Everybody had like a little ritual, but for mine, it would just get some Skittles and a Gatorade, just kind of calm me down, chill. And then, for the most part, just get a couple shots up.
That's what's up. Good high school career, man. A lot of games, a lot of winning, big stage moments. Section championship. Did you get one?
No.
I know. I'm hurt. I got there once. We lost in my senior year, man. So that's a tough feeling. But I mean, and that's what I talk about on the show too, man. A lot of people talk about wins, but just I don't want to bring it up, but I'm gonna do it. I know because I'm hurting myself. Too. I have to come up to get there, bro, and then just not capture that moment.
Yeah. I mean, we got there my junior year and my senior year against the same team. So we played against St. Mary's. They just beat us with X and O's.
Internally, how'd you process that?
My junior year processed it crazy because I just wanted to win so bad. And then Sac B got me looking crazy with Coach Denard. They got me looking crazy on Sac. Like after the game, they had me looking crazy. I was like, man. So I just learned. After that, it was just a learning experience, just to take it in. Just like don't even act like that. Make sure you have good body composure and stuff like that after games when they ain't going your way. But then my senior year, I was hurt because it was my senior year and I was just trying to win.
Yeah, but it's about adversity too, right? And you learn from it too. I definitely, but people say like, but that's how you know people either come from winning or just we learn. The losses last the most. I've won, you win different, but them losses the ones we never forget about. Like let that one go. So get ready to leave high school, man. I mean, again, same thing nowadays. These people, they be in your ear, coaches, what they call them, handlers, whatever else. They be talking. What was it? I mean, what was that process like? Just trying to figure out your next step, man, as a young man trying to transition out of high school into a JC to a 4-year to something else. Like, what was that like for you? What was that process like?
It was really slow. My senior year, I fractured my patella, so I only played 8 games. I played 8 games. I still got league MVP, and then we had that little playoff run. But other than that, I really just I fractured my patella, so like the recruiting was kind of like sluggish because I had like a lot of D1 interest for sure going into my senior year. But then once I got that injury and I was like letting coaches know what's going on, they kind of like backed up off of me. So I was really just it was really just going slow. Then by the time I graduated, like towards graduation was like June, I kind of made a decision to just go the JUCO route because I really wasn't getting the interest I wanted. So I just took the decision of playing over in Texas at a national JUCO instead of just playing in California.
Yeah, I'm a JUCO kid also, man. I know it's a different grind, bro. Just talk about that junior college grind because you could be a grown man with 2 kids in the court with you at one time. You never know back then. What was that like for you? Because I mean, you got to grow up and you get out. If you can't hang, it's survival of the fittest, bro.
Yeah, it ain't for everybody. JUCO ain't for everybody. If you make it through, I applaud you, but it ain't for everybody Because like you said, I had teammates with 2 kids. I had a teammate with a kid. I had a teammate with a family in the dorms. Like, it ain't for everybody.
That's what's. And it was Texas living. Have you ever lived in Texas before? Or been to Texas a few times before that?
Nah, that
Uh-oh.
was my first time.
What was that like in that humidity and that heat down there?
It was nasty. Nah, I'm in the middle of nowhere too. I was in Midland, Texas.
Oh yeah, ain't nothing down there.
Nothing.
How was what was that like? What was that gameplay stuff like, man? I mean, because I mean, I know being here, you get the opportunity to see your family and stuff in the stands, and out there, you like,
Yeah, no, I was sick. Going through it. I was homesick. I was playing games with no family, no friends, no nothing coming to the game. So I was just like, it's a whole different experience. But that conference and that setup for, like, I would say, for like players to actually get out is
Mhm.
good though, for sure good,
Okay.
because like they playing, like, you know how Texas is, they like the football stadiums, high school
Yep.
teams is playing in football stadiums and stuff like that. Like that's
Mhm.
how the same way they did it for college basketball. Like JUCO was like kind of big out there, so we playing in like real, almost like arenas.
That's what's up. You do your time there, man. Next move, man. What was that recruitment process like?
That was still slow, sluggish. We really wasn't a winning team. So I'm just trying to face adversity, see what's going to go on. And then I'm just working out still, coming back home for summers, trying to just see what the next move will be. Uh, I stay out there. I stayed in Texas for 3 years because of that COVID year. So I
Mm.
was just pretty much doing classes, working out still. And then we played like a couple games throughout the league. And then after that 3rd year, I come back home. I don't got no recruitment. My JUCO coach, he kind of like is on the verge of like getting fired.
Mm.
So he was, and I'm the only sophomore, pretty much. Like I was like the super sophomore on the team. He was like, I'm gonna try to make sure I get you a offer before I really like step down type. So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So boom, it get to like late July. It get to late July. I just had got an offer from a Division II called Shadron State in
Mm-hmm.
Nebraska. They had offered me, and they said they was gonna give me a day to make my decision.
Damn.
I said, a day?
Damn.
So I tried to talk to them. They ended up giving me the rest of the week, because they offered me like early in the week. I was like, can I get the rest of the week? Just like make a decision, talk to my family. It was like, all right. It was like, we're gonna give you the rest of the week. If not, we just gonna give you an offer to somebody else. I'm like, okay. So then within that same week, another school offered me. It was Montana State Billings.
Mm.
They offered me like 2 days later after they seen my little post on Twitter. They called me, checked my film and stuff, and they called me and was like, hey, we're gonna give you an offer. So I'm like, boom. So I was like, now I gotta make a decision. And they giving me the same weekend. They was like, yeah, we're just gonna give you the same weekend. It's getting
One
late.
time.
We trying to make sure our roster's set. I'm like,
Yep.
okay. Then I just get down to it, see the pros and cons of both schools, and I just made my decision to go to Montana.
Montana. Not California, not Texas.
Nothing like it. Nothing like it.
You get off the plane there. What's that like?
When I get off the plane, they kind of trick you. They kind of trick you when you get off the plane. They let you see the best view of the city. Once you get out that airport, it's over with. It's over with.
That's wild. Yeah, I got a chance to play in Wyoming, and I think I played Montana. I think they're two. They'll play Colorado for sure if I play Wyoming, but definitely different, man. Another step up though, right? You level up.
Yes.
What role do you fit in at this point? What are you doing? Are you a lead guard, all league defender? I seen some accolades about that too, man. How did you find your niche and again, take advantage of opportunity to play and just be on a team at a college level, man? Because again, everybody can't say they did that.
Yeah. It was kind of like an eye-opening experience too, going into that, because they pretty much returned everybody. They only brought in me and 2 other people from JUCO. So the coach that we did have at that time, he was a very JUCO heavy. Like he recruited everybody from JUCO because he just wanted like tough guys pretty much. And then my role coming in, he was just like, I just want you to play just how you played in JUCO, just free, just knowing that you could score. Like, I'm not gonna take you out for no missed shots. Just have the confidence to actually just make an effort on both ends of the court. So I'm like, okay. So then with that confidence from him and then the assistant coach as well, and then my players behind me, it kind of worked out easily.
That's what's up. What did y'all do for some outside of the gym recreation? Like y'all was it just hanging out, playing cards? I don't know what's there to do out there, man. What would y'all do?
No, it's a little college town. You know how college is. It's just a little college town, but for the most part, yeah, if you got your teammates, you fine.
That's what's up. Any games that you remember like stood out for yourself, for your team or environment that you're like, no, this was one of the ones. This was a good. This one of the experience. This is why kids or people want to go to college for this right here?
That's tough because we had 2 good years, so it's kind of like we had a lot of good wins, especially back-to-back ones. But one I won't remember. I mean, one I won't forget would probably be the one we had. We had a game in Oregon, and we played against I want to say San Bernardino. Or no, San Marcos. San Marcos. We played against San Marcos, and it was cool to play against another kid from Sacramento.
Who was
So
on there
that
at the time?
Greg Milton.
Oh, Grab G. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I had GSCO for 2 years for a year, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
good
So,
stuff,
so
man.
him being my first game with that team, and I had a good game. So
Nice.
I'll for sure say, especially going against him because I really wasn't familiar with him, and the
Yeah.
coach was like, he from
You
Sac,
can
who
go.
better? I'm
Yeah.
like, man, don't do that,
Ah.
don't do that.
Yeah, he had to get you ready. He had to get you ready for sure.
Yeah, for sure. No, for sure a good battle. For sure a good battle.
Shout out to G Milk, man. Good dude. Still overseas playing, doing his thing, man. I know he would get to his bag too.
Yeah.
All right. Now you get to the growing up stuff, man. College is over with. What's on your mind next? What's popping? What's the move?
Really just working out, training. I was working out, training every day. Then had the opportunity to meet Gus Armstead. Kind of went under his wing, and then just took it from there. He kind of helped pave the way. Then we got the agent. I got an agent, and then after that, the workouts start coming in, and then after that, the rest was history. Like it was kind of like it just happened all so fast. Like I had the workouts with a couple teams. Like I was working out the Warriors, worked out with the Cavs, and then yeah, I just worked out the Warriors twice, and then went to work out with the Cavs, and then after that, the G League draft comes up. It was like, all right, we just gonna put your name. We just gonna put your name in there. Then my name gets entered. Then boom, get picked up by the Spurs. I'm like, I didn't even work out for them or nothing. That's just crazy. And it was like, and then after that, like the same day you get drafted, you got to fly out.
That okay, so even that speaks to right, just opportunity. Shout out to Gus, man. I know he's doing what he's been doing for years, bro. That process, they tell you put the name in, but then you get picked up. What was your initial feeling like? Was you shocked? Was you like, okay, I knew I was gonna. We say you didn't know, but like, was it okay? And what your family think also? Like, because I mean, that's something that probably they can imagine. They was only imagine that's gonna happen. That's dope.
The crazy part is I was at the G, so you know how everything gets celebrated through the G. Sign-ins, opportunities, everybody just go back to the G and just do it there. So I was at that time I was at Grant, and I was just with a couple people, like couple teachers and stuff that like was there for me when I was at the G. So then I was just in a room with them, and we just sitting there, and a bunch of names just getting called. I'm like, dang. And I worked out with OKC. That's the other team I worked out with. Worked out with OKC. OKC had like 2 picks. The Warriors had 2 picks. I'm like, dang, I ain't seen my name go up. It's over with. So then there's like, nah, there's a whole nother round. I'm like, man, it's over with. The main 2 teams I just had a good workout with, didn't want to pick me up. It's over with.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, boom, it gets to the 28th pick, and it just said my name, but then the screen blacks out. I promise you, the screen blacks out. I thought it was fake. I was like, y'all joking right now?
Wow.
So then they turned it back on. It was like, nah, your name got called. I was like, whoa. So we just all up in there, everybody just yelling, screaming, happy. And it was just good little vibes. And then I drive back home. My mom and them all in there just like happy, like crying, screaming and stuff like that too. So it was all, for that whole day, it was just a good experience.
That's what's up, man. You had to fly out to San Antonio. How long would you stay there? And what was that like? Again, you're a pro. You did for a day, for however long. You're a pro now. What was that feeling like?
It was good. It was a different experience from college and JUCO. I'll tell you that. It was a different experience. Pretty much, like you get treated like a pro. So everything, you get the flight paid for. You get a good hotel. You don't got to share with no other college roommate or nothing. Like you just got your own little space and stuff, and they take care of you.
Nice. What year was that?
That was this year.
This year. Oh, okay. So started with the Spurs this year, but now who you playing with now? Or who'd you finish with this year?
I started with the Spurs. I was with them for from like September to December. Okay. I got home. They waived me like right before Christmas. So they waived me right before Christmas. I was at home for Christmas. Then I was at home for a while. Then I got picked up by OKC. OKC picked me up it was pretty much like it felt like a 10-day. Like I just call it a 10-day because I was just literally there for like a week and a half, practice with them, just get used to their system, and then played 2 games. We played against the Santa Cruz Warriors. Played good in those games, and then after that, I was waived again. So I come home. I'm like, the season almost over with. Like it's over with. I got to figure out what the next move is. Then I just get a call in the middle of the morning. And just like it was like 6 in the morning. He was like, my agent was like, Milwaukee Bucks G League team, Wisconsin Herd, they signing you for the rest of the year. And it was like, just pack your bags, your flight leave in like a couple hours.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
So even that, right? How do you deal with that kind of, up and down, kind of like, again, as we know, like a pro, that's how contracts work. Then you make it to that one certain level. But how do you deal with that just emotionally, though, man? How was that? How are you managing that?
At first I was sick. Like I was upset when the Spurs waived me. I felt like I was a family. Like we just all the guys there that was treating me like family, like a little brother, because I was like pretty much the rookie on the team. So everybody would just treat me like a little brother. But for sure I was sick about that. But a couple of the guys reached out to me and was like, man, this is just a business. Everybody get cut, waived, traded, and signed. So like you're just gonna be a part of all the experiences. It just don't just you feel me? Just they would just pretty much like block out the outside noise and just hoop.
That's what's up. And I'll say the benefit now is you do get to put that NBA G League in your resume.
Yeah.
So it leads me to my next question. Like, okay, anything that you can speak about that's on the table next, or what's the next move, man? You going overseas, make get to that bag and grind there? What's up?
Right now I'm currently trying to just get kind of like another G League offer or like summer league, just a summer league opportunity.
Oh yeah.
Trying to see how that goes. So I got a couple workouts lined up coming up for that, and then just see where that takes me.
That's what's up, man. Definitely. Before we get out of here, man, I always ask all my guests, man, as you know, in basketball, the triple threat is dribble, pass, shoot. However, we flip it, man. I just want your personal triple threat about you personally, though, man. Give me 3 things that you know what I'm saying, for new guests, old guests, your teammates, whoever may watch this when it drops. Just 3 things that you personally kind of hang your hat on, or kind of how you move out through your life. You want, what I'm saying, to speak about you personally as individually or as a person who loves game basketball. Just give me your personal 3 things, your personal triple threat.
First one, believe in God. Second one would probably be find a way. There's always gonna be a way. You just gotta find it.
Right.
The third thing is, I want to give you something new. I don't want to give you something somebody else gave you.
But it's yours though. It's all good. It's yours.
Yeah. Don't compare yourself to others.
That's what's up. Yeah.
I'll say that's the biggest thing within basketball or life. Just don't compare yourself to others.
That's what's up, man. Walking your own journey, man. Y'all heard it here first with, man, straight from the G, Steven Richardson. Again, man, appreciate your time. Best of luck this summer, man. I got out there, put the work in. All you're going to be doing, all you get opportunity, like I said, and you're going to make the best of it, man. So somebody get this young man a shot, man, because he's ready to go. Man, hope you get everything you asked for, you praying for, bro, you're working for, man. I appreciate you. Y'all heard it here first, live on 94 Feet with Coach JT. We out.
Appreciate you.